Hi everyone. I hope you're having a good Saturday and that you had a good Friday and that you will continue to have a good rest of your weekend. I'm going to try really hard to talk very slowly and very softly because sometimes I tend to talk very quickly. So, right now, I'm at my boyfriend's house, and I'm actually in the bathroom, which is the quietest room in the house. The dishwasher is running, and so is the washing machine and the dryer, and so it's really loud everywhere. But I finally had a minute alone because the boys went to the fish store. They have a 50-gallon fish tank, which was at their old house, and it was very sad because my friend, not thinking, accidentally put, he was supposed to put waterbed conditioner in it for fish beds, and he actually put real waterbed conditioner in it, like for a human waterbed, and it killed all the fish. So that happened a long time ago, but they moved a couple months ago, and they just now brought the fish tank over. So they painted and stained a bunch of different wood, pieces of wood, and made a pretty base for the fish tank and built a cabinet, and then just got it up and running again and bought some fish. And they bought a bunch of tiger barb fish, and then I think it was like a neon tetra or something that's neon, but unfortunately the little neon fish started to die as soon as it was in the tank. And all the other fish are okay, but the place where they bought the fish has a policy that I think if the fish you bought has died within a day or two of buying it, you can get a new fish. But it's pretty morbid. They make you take the dead fish, I guess, as proof, and also a water sample so that they can say whether or not it was your fault that the fish died. So they went to do that now. I'm not sure what other kind of fish they're going to get. Oh, they also got a plecostomus, which are like those little, I call them rat fish, but they look like little sucker fish. What else can I tell you? I have been busy today. Our friend, she is having an early Thanksgiving potluck type thing at her house tonight for a bunch of us, and I made, in the crock pot, I used rotini noodles, and I made like a cheesy macaroni and cheese. So you use condensed cheddar cheese soup, and milk and butter, cheddar cheese, which took forever to grate because at my boyfriend's house there's 3 boys that live here, and they don't have a cheese grater, like a proper one. They have a really small handheld one, and not even when you think of a handheld cheese grater, I think of like a one like my mom has that's almost like a foot long, but it's flat. Theirs is more like a zester, if you know what a zester looks like. It's very small. So that took forever. And now my arms are tired. So it has cheddar cheese and then salt, pepper. I put a little garlic powder and some cayenne pepper, sour cream. There's a little sour cream in it, and 3 eggs. And I think that's it. So that cooked for like 3 hours. And while it was going, I went on a walk. We did like a 5K walk. And then we came back, and it seemed like the macaroni that I made might not be enough for all the people. So I had a box of just the macaroni shells that come with cheese sauce. And usually what I do is I'll add jalapenos and some other stuff to it. So I just made boxed macaroni so that we have extra. And then I mixed the cheese sauce in a pot with milk, sour cream, some more shredded cheddar cheese, butter, garlic powder, salt, pepper, what else? A little more cayenne pepper, and then I chopped up like 1.5 jalapenos really fine and put about half of them in the mixture on the stove, and I heated it up, whisked it together, and then when the noodles were done, drained them and put the sauce over the top. So and then add the rest of the jalapenos. So it's just kind of a different way to make boxed macaroni a little more interesting. So between that and the other macaroni, I think there will be plenty. The only thing I'm worried about is my boyfriend's roommate likes to make this. Well, let me back up. The thing is at 7:30, so we'll probably go about 7. But his roommate wants to make, he calls it a bacon explosion. And if you've ever seen that YouTube show, I can't think of the name of it right now. But they do like those outrageous meals that are probably have more calories in them than you consume in like a year. But they use like whiskey in their cooking and lots of bacon and cheese and stuff. So I think he got the idea from there. But it's basically like a giant wad of meat, and it's like sausage and something else. And I think it's really nasty. But he makes like this huge log, and then he stuffs it with cheese and stuff, and then wraps it in latticed bacon, so he like crisscrosses the bacon and then cooks it. I think it's disgusting. Some people think it's good, but that's what he wants to make, and it's going to take like 2 hours, and they just left for the store like 15 minutes ago, so I hope he gets back and makes it in time. And the other thing is he wants to take it to the place we're going and put it in their oven. But I've tried to encourage him that that's not a good idea because, as you know, when you go to Thanksgiving type things, there's always last minute things being made or things in the oven, and I don't think that they would appreciate something going in their oven that needs to cook for like 2 hours. So we'll see what happens with that. Then my boyfriend is going to make French green bean casserole with the crunchy onions on the top, which I have never actually made it myself. As standard as green bean casserole is, I've made something similar with my mom, but I've never made just regular green bean casserole with French onion, whatever they are, onion ring crisps on top. And then the other roommate, I'm not sure. I don't know what he's going to make, but he's going to make something. So I got all my cooking done early. I'm smart like that because I knew the kitchen will be tied up, even though they have a pretty big kitchen. But, well, not all boys, but most boys are pretty messy when they cook. So I got all my stuff done and got everything clean before the disaster comes through. I hope this doesn't sound really windy. I'm right by the heat vent. But I just want to give you guys an update on what I've been doing this weekend. I have a lot of videos still to make, as I'm sure you know, and a lot more ideas. I still want to make the collections of things that I have. I still have a lot more of those that I can make. And what else? Anything exciting? No, I don't think so. I'm going to visit my family on Tuesday night. I have an appointment to get my eyebrows waxed, and then Wednesday I'll just be hanging around visiting people I know, and then Thursday we go to where my dad is from, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from where they live now. And then we go to his cousin's house. We'll have Thanksgiving there. Friday night, my good friend is coming to visit. So I'll hang out with him. And then either Friday or Saturday, my mom also has her own Thanksgiving after we've had our big family Thanksgiving. My parents are together. They don't live separate or anything, but she likes to have another Thanksgiving after the main Thanksgiving. Don't ask me why. I think it's because her own mother passed away a couple years ago, and we're not very close with my aunt, who is my mom's sister, for lots of reasons, but I won't get into that. But so she doesn't spend holidays with us, and I think that's like my mom's way of doing something with just our family, which is me, my dad, her, and my sister. So just the four of us. I think she likes that. Because when her mom was alive, she would come to visit with us, and it would just be the four of us and her, and then sometimes my cousin during Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff. So that'll be fun. She makes this amazing mashed potato casserole, and if you taste this, you will never want any other mashed potatoes. They're like, oh, they're so good. They're like whipped. So she cooks the potatoes, she boils them, and then processes them until they're super smooth, and then whips them with cream and cheese and butter and all kinds of good stuff, and then bakes it in the oven, but you covers it with a layer of cheddar cheese and some other stuff. So they're just amazing. They're the best mashed potatoes I've ever had in my life. So I'm looking forward to that. And in preparation for all this, I've been trying to eat very healthy this week. Yeah. Somehow last year, I'm not sure how it worked out, but last year I actually lost, I think, like 2 or 3 pounds over the Thanksgiving holiday, and I have no idea how I managed that, because I had expected, as you usually do during the holidays, gaining weight, but I don't know how I managed it. Maybe it was because we walked a lot that week. But anyway, I am rambling now, and I need to go start taking my shower before they get back so that I have a chance to use the bathroom. And I hope you guys have a great week. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you have a great week nonetheless. And if you do, I hope you're safe. Don't drink and drive. If you do, you could hurt someone, and also you will probably get pulled over. Just be safe and watch out, because other drivers, especially if you're traveling, you know how crazy people are. They speed, they, forget things, and then they have to go home, and then they're in a hurry because they're going to be late, stuff like that. So just look out and be careful, and I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you soon. All right.